For what purpose does the gentleman from Connecticut seek recognition?
Madam Speaker, I claim time in vehement opposition to this amendment.
The gentleman from Connecticut is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And what I just want to begin by doing is just sort of injecting some facts into this discussion. We debated this measure in the Armed Services Committee. The amendment was adopted to extend a feasibility study from the U.S. Center of Excellence at Walter Reed Hospital, which was created by the NDAA in 2009 to help maybe advise the Ukrainians in terms of setting up their own center for excellence within their own country to treat victims of traumatic brain injury and also other horrible injuries which are happening in real time. There was drone attacks on Kyiv last night where 4 Ukrainians were injured severely, and when the members had a chance to actually vote on this, the amendment was adopted 49-10, which was actually the largest bipartisan vote of the entire markup for this year's NDAA. I want to be clear, this does not establish a center of excellence in Ukraine. It basically talks about a feasibility of advising healthcare officials within Ukraine in terms of best practices for the over decade of experience that we've conducted at Walter Reed, which has helped thousands of U.S. veterans who suffered TBI in the Middle East. And again, I applaud the gentlewoman's constituent who's doing great work, because some of those individuals do it on their own in terms of setting up their own services. But there is no question that this center has provided great direct health care for people suffering from this wound of war, and has also helped create best practices as we've learned more about this type of injury because of the hard experience that took place in Iraq and Afghanistan. Again, there are probably, as calculated now, well over 100,000 Ukrainians that are wounded and suffering injuries, civilians in most cases, from indiscriminate bombing by Russia, who's conducting an illegal, unprovoked invasion of Ukraine. And this is the ultimate in terms of humanitarian assistance to victims of war, to victims of aggression, using, again, the well-honed skills and healthcare expertise of our country to help an ally who, again, is fighting the fight in terms of protecting their democratic self-rule from an invasion by Russia. Again, we had a very strong bipartisan support to support this effort. And again, I hope that we will vote in a resounding fashion for political reasons, for military reasons, and for just simple decency to help people who have suffered injuries. And I reserve the balance of my time.